Sunday's edition of 812 Live. It is 33 minutes past 8 p.m. Happy Sunday to you. Well, my name is Najia Sunny, and I'll be with you till midnight. Well, today is a very special edition of 812 Live on a Sunday, because usually we do not have any guests, but today we've got a very special guest. He is none other than Dr. S. Venga, the founder of Ventrax Management. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Very good, thanks.
Very nice to have you here with us. Well, we're going to start with just a few simple questions, because this is about time management, and you're known to be the time management guru. And probably I could start with something that is very near and dear to us, knowing that we live in the 21st century and it is 2012. So we're always holding our gadgets. We depend on gadgets every single day. So how far can a device or a tool help someone in managing their time?
Of course it can help. The tools are there, but it depends on what tools you use it for, what purpose. Everybody has got a handphone or, gadgets, and some people even have two telephones. But all these are tools that must be used for the right purpose.
Right.
If the tools are not used properly, can a tool manage your thinking? You can't. But what you're thinking, you can use the tool to put it down in the key in the words or whatever that is. Tools definitely can help, but we need to use the proper tools for the proper things that you use. You can't use a tool for everything. The same tool cannot be used for everything. In time management, the problem is we're trying to manage our mind.
Right.
And in managing your mind, no tools can manage the mind. The mind is such a powerful thing. And that's why you can schedule. A gadget is very good to schedule your appointments, can remind you and all that. But is that time management? No, it's not. It's a schedule. It's just a schedule, and you use a schedule for that. And sometimes although the device tells you, it's time to go, but you have to do something else. And sometimes you forget. Although you key in something in the gadget, and the gadget reminds you and it's too late already. That can happen to you. So it depends on you must use proper tools, proper thing.
It's just like the alarm when it tells you to wake up, but still, if you put it on snooze, you will still go to bed and end up, being late for your meeting.
Exactly.
And for a person like you, you have your own company, and you give up talks about time management. You must be a really busy man. But do people need someone to manage their time? For example, a secretary, or someone to PA, just to help them.
Actually, a lot of people misunderstand personal assistants. A personal assistant is someone who actually does your job. There are jobs that you do and the job that he or she, who's a PA, can do. A lot of PA end up running companies eventually because they learn from their boss how to manage a company.
Right.
See, you need I also have a PA, but there are many things that I shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
Once I delegate that, then she will do it. As an example, I have things to follow up with people around the world. So I give her the entire piece of things that has to be followed up. She can write to them and on my behalf or on her own behalf. She acts like me. In a lot of ways, she acts like me. Have that been, Venga wants that and Venga wants this, and people deliver it to her, and then she'll read it and maybe edit it and tell me. And so a PA is to assist your job. Each one of us have a limited time. Within that limited time, you must do the things that you are good at.
Right.
And those that can be done by someone else, that you must delegate away. A PA is a very good person to have, provided she acts like you, but not necessarily take action the way you would have taken, but rather to follow that up. That's why a PA is very good to have if you can afford it. A good PA Must be someone who can assist you all the way in your job, in your whatever you need to do. No.
So if you're at the top management, it is quite essential to have,
Yes.
PA or a secretary.
Absolutely.
But you have to be in the same circle. You have to have the same parameter so that you would actually gauge your time management and also your interest. But and obviously the boss would have to know how to delegate at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Well, the thinking level of thinking must be the same. Action taken will be different. I can instruct somebody to do something and say, my secretary Celine, she will follow up on that. Okay, and that means she can do things to follow up to see whether it's done or not. But she cannot take a decision on something that she's not familiar with. But along the way, she will learn how to take decision based on the way I'm doing it. No? And there will always be risk. Sometimes an action could be taken by her, and that could, of course, be a wrong one too. It can happen. But a well-trained personal assistant is someone who knows her or his capability and will never ever exceed that capability. That's what is important. Okay? A lot of people use secretaries and personal assistant as a dumping ground, meaning that everything you dump and then
At the end of the day, you have no responsibility.
Exactly. Accountability, responsibility. At the same time, I believe this very much, okay? For a PA to work very well and manage you, you need to tell her exactly what your thoughts are and how do you want it to be done. Otherwise, just telling her to do something, and then that may not be a very good idea to have.
So have guidelines and follow through.
True.
Now, our main topic for today would actually be bad time management leads to stress.
Yes.
But a lot of people, especially I guess people in my generation, they believe that time management is it is in essence very, very stressful because you will end up being a rigid person. How far is this true? Because people find it equally stressful to put themselves in a rigid system in their daily lives. For example, you have to wake up at a certain time and, you have to make sure that you get things done by this date. So does it make you less of a human being if you are a believer time management system?
Well, that is the direct opposite of time management. When you have to wake up at a certain time and do things rigidly, that is not time management at all. That is restricting yourself for growth. Time management should be very flexible and should be able to help you. No one single person in the world will manage time the way another person does.
Right.
It depends on the person, his work, his ability, and so on and so forth. But to put it very simply, when it becomes a rigid thing, then you got a problem. Because then you are stressed out because of the rigidness. See, the thing that we all must remember is that for us to grow in this world of ours today, we need to constantly update ourselves. I use a word, you need to change to survive. In order for you to survive, you must have the ability to change, to adapt to the situation we are in.
Right.
So because of that reason, time management cannot be a rigid process. It must be a flexible process.
Okay.
Get up whatever time you like. Not necessary that you must get up at 6 in the morning. That's not necessary at all. Or I must go to the gym at 8 o'clock. No need. But use it. You must balance it. The thing is, stress, we are all stressed. At work, at life, at home, mother, father, children, and so on and so forth. You have a lot of stress. But those stress need to be managed. When you can't manage those things that you got to do, and then stress sets in, and then you look at your time, and then you have no more time left, and it's a problem. See, stress is a physiological. It affects the body, the mind, and the individual. And his performance is not so good if he's stressed out.
Yes.
So an interpretation of stress, each person interprets it differently. You ask someone to say, give me a definition of stress, I'll tell you, you'll get billions of different versions of what is stress is. There's no one answer to that. But on the other hand, time is a measurable quantity. You have 24 hours and that's it. Within that hours, you got to perform. So when people are stressed, it affects time. And people can't manage what they're doing, affects stress. So it's a kind of a thing that comes on, and you can't manage it. So you must find the right balance. That's so important.
And how do you think, productivity